Good evening and welcome to Manic Monday at Cat's Cauldron, where you have a voice and we stir it up. Tonight we're going to talk about, of course, Manic Monday because that's what it is. And we're going to talk about the rising cost of gas. We'll leave food for another day, but that's rising too. So hold on to your seats, folks, and we're going to chit-chat just a little bit. As national averages for a gallon of regular gas and diesel broke records into the United States this week, many are wondering how long the surge may continue when prices at the pump will finally drop. That would be nice. The dramatic rise in costs has sent drivers into a frenzy. GasBuddy, the popular fuel-saving app that gives users a cost of gas in their area, had its online services go down temporarily on Monday because of record-breaking traffic as people look for the cheapest place to fill up their tanks. Well, can you blame them? I mean, I went from $20 a tank 2 years ago to now $50 a tank. So if I had not made some life changes, I would be hurting. I would be wondering if I could make it to work every day because unlike some of us, I'm not teleworking. I have to be in the office every single day. So with that being said, that's gas that I have to blow every day to get to work. I do like my job. I'm not throwing off on my job. It's not my job's fault that this economy sucks. But I'm just saying, since today is Manic Monday, we're going to talk about manic crap. And these gas prices are definitely crap. So with that being said, as of Wednesday morning, the average cost of a gallon of gas in the country was $4.25. And that's according to AAA. The price is up about 8 cents from Tuesday and more than 60 cents from last week. Costs are expected to continue to rise throughout the year. Here is what we know about gas prices and what to expect, so they believe. National average, gases are high and up another 7 cents nationwide. Here's the average price in each state. There are a few factors contributing to the increase, but the main reason are the Russian invasion of Ukraine and the rise of inflation. I'm sorry, I got to call
bullshit.
Okay, because gas prices began to increase when there was a change of power. Okay, when they shut off several of the pipelines, gas went up. So, again, my button's not working.
Bullshit detected. Take precautions.
Okay, so with that being said, now that the air raid has started, yes, the invasion of Ukraine made it worse because what? We decided to shut off our pumps and rely on Russia for our oil and to beg the Saudis to pump more. Oh, and now we're going to talk to Iran and a few other places to get our oil. We were getting it from Canada. We were getting it from our own oil rigs right here in the U.S. Why did we stop doing that? When we stop being independent, then we're going to have a problem. Onward with the information as it comes to us in the news. Sanctions put on Russia by U.S. and European Union severely hindered Russia's ability to sell crude oil, one of the biggest determiners for gas prices. I'm going to resist hitting the BS button. But you know what I'm thinking. Because the country is one of the biggest energy suppliers, crude oil prices have dramatically risen. The cost per barrel of crude oil had ups and downs on Monday. A barrel of U.S. crude oil settled at $119.40 a barrel, up 3.2% after earlier touching $130.50. Brent crude, the international standard, settled at 123.21 a barrel. So $123.21 a barrel. Up 4.3% after earlier tipping 139. Excuse me. The U.S. imported about 209,000 barrels per day of crude oil in 2021, according to the White House. And we didn't need to. We didn't need to if we'd have just turned our pipes back on. While that is only 3% of the import market in the U.S., Russia plays a big role because it produces heavier sour crude. Sour crude. Okay. All right. Well, moving on. A professor at University of Houston was determining the difference between regular crude and heavier sour crude. He added Russian crude is needed because U.S. refineries are not designed to use 100% of light sweet crude it produces. Another contributing factor is the loosening of COVID-19 restrictions across the country. With mandates lifted or softened, people will be out more, coinciding with typical rise of gas costs as summer approaches. I am ventured to say some people will not travel as much because the price of gas is so astronomical. The increase in gas demand and a reduction in total supply contribute to rising pump prices. Be prepared, fair warning, for months of these high prices. Not weeks, months. And by the way, I just want to remind you that inflation is temporary, according to the administration. This is the longest temporary I've ever seen. We are told that prices are expected to decline after May. The average is expected to remain over $4 until November. The average for 2022 is expected to be $3.99 or tip well into $5 a gallon due to the situation in Ukraine, which also could have been avoided. It's a dire situation and won't improve anytime soon. The high prices are likely to stick around for not days or weeks like they did in 2008, but months. The yearly national average is to rise to its highest ever recorded in history. On Tuesday, President Joe Biden announced a ban on U.S. import of all Russian energy products, including the purchases of Russian crude oil, certain petroleum products, liquefied natural gas, and coal. Experts say this decision will contribute to the immediate and prolonged cost increase. You think? Seriously? You might want to think about that because, I think probably that's going to happen. In the short term, you're going to see prices definitely go up. Energy experts say. How much? It remains to be seen, and where and how the void gets filled is your guess, because I don't know. Let's see. Where is gas most and least expensive? Well, California had a cost of $5.57, so they've already went well beyond the $5 mark. Let's see. And they are the only state that is well above the $5 average. Mono County, which borders Nevada, is an average cost of $6.14. Ooh, Lord. Which is still California. And then we've got $6 at a Shell station in Los Angeles and $6.99 in another Shell station, apparently on the other side of Los Angeles. As of Wednesday, only 15 states are averaging under $4 a gallon, primarily in the Gulf Coast and Midwest. The states with the cheapest gas are Kansas and Oklahoma, each averaging $3.79 a gallon. We've already hit $4.39 a gallon here in Florida. So, woohoo! So glad to be a part of the national average. Some tricks to reduce gas. Here we go. Slow down. Each 5 miles per hour you drive over 60 is like paying an additional 15 cents per gallon. Keep your car well maintained. Well, if we can't afford gas, we probably can't afford to maintain our cars. But, okay, I'll stop being a Debbie Downer here. Use your engine wisely. Avoid excessive idling. I guess you guys in New York and California on the beltways and Atlanta, stop driving. Because that 3, 4, and 5 o'clock traffic, you're just dumping money down the toilet, according to this article. We've let foreign oil make our nation more foreign oil dependent than any other country because we have failed to become a nation of independent oil producers. We have allowed government to push our independence to the side, and we have become lazy and dependent on these foreign oil sources when we have the capability to be an independent oil source, all on our own. This has left our workers and families with few options but to use their products, gasoline and petroleum products, of course. For transportation, most people have little choice but to get in their cars, fill their gas tanks, and puddle right along. As a result, we are at the mercy of the global oil monopoly. But if we would just improve our oil independence, I can't say that word today, I don't know why, independence, we could close the gap and reset our global footprint. The problem is that we were oil independent. And someone shut off our pipelines. When you shut off our pipelines, then we had to start begging other people for oil. There was no need for that when we were basically near oil independence. But okay, so now we're going to go back to being dependent on foreign oil. Thank you very much, current administration. Thank you. In 2020, the top five U.S. oil-producing states were Texas at 43%, North Dakota 10.4%, New Mexico 9.2%, Oklahoma was 4.1%, and Colorado was at a whopping 4%. We have the power to become oil independent once again and turn our economy around, but we have to buy American and support American businesses. It's up to us. Support us and support America. If we support each other, then we can turn all of this around. So how about let's support each other? That's what we should have been doing a long time ago. Instead of buying foreign products, buying foreign oil. You know, let's stop that nonsense. We have got to get back to being independent. Well, I just want to thank you for joining me. And I want to thank those who have been writing in and wanting me to try to say something about the current rise in prices for gas. I'll get to food on another day, but groceries, and we'll do some comparisons, and maybe we can help each other out with that. That request was also put in, so I will honor that. As always, you can find me on Spreaker, Anchor, Facebook, Instagram, Getter, Spotify, TikTok, iHeartRadio, Reddit, Google Podcasts,